cemented themselves a staple show for the network and in our lives if you were watching. The final episode, Operation Interviews, released on January 21st, 2008. Standing for It's Now the Extra Really Very Interesting and Wrap-Up Story, we catch up with number 2 through 5 now as adults in live action as an interviewer who we don't get to see ask them questions to find out what really happened to number 1 on the final mission they ever took. They are allowed to remember all this after having their memories wiped when decommissioned at the age of 15, thanks to a process allowing them to do so, but only for a certain period of time. Coming in as a special double-length episode, this finale puts us right into the middle of a conflict. With the delightful children from down the lane's birthday, as Sector V is hot on the case of getting their perfect birthday cake. Number 1, who was close to ending everything and accomplishing the mission, was caught by the delightful children on what we think is just a regular cruise ship, but it's a cruise ship on a truck carrier, and the children were able to escape to the truck down below and detach the carrier so they can get away. The chase escalates from there, ultimately resulting in the children escaping and Sector V failing their mission. Number 362 shows up to reprimand number 1 for his lack of any success ever stealing the cake, thus throwing him and the rest of Sector V off the case. Instead, they now appoint Sector W to be the ones to retrieve the cake. This hits number 1 really hard, so when they return to the treehouse defeated from their failure, they are greeted by the surprise of Father, who is waiting for them to return as he is for some reason now a film director making a film based on the delightful kids enjoying their cake, as no one else can ever have it. Numbers 1 through 5 are captured and forced to be the ones front and center to witness this. If you've never seen the show and for some reason you are watching this video, I'm sure this all sounds pretty ridiculous and not making much sense. And to that I say, yeah, that's fair. But trust me, nothing I've said yet falls under that weird category. Back to the cake, as it was about to be revealed, we instead find number 74.239, who had already captured the cake. So yes, the cake was a lie, but this now enrages Father. Now a new mystery is set. Thanks to the return of 74.239, the disappearance of the cake, and now a location to meet at. From failure and off the case and now taking things back into their own hands, Sector V now puts themselves back on the case themselves, while they're technically not allowed to. But they aren't the only ones we shall see. This now brings everyone to the Rainbow Monkey Let's Learn About the Laboratory amusement park, where a series of villains from the show's Rogues Gallery converge, as well as Sector W, where we learn of a scavenger hunt that consists of hard-demanding challenges to win the most overall points, and the winner gets the actual cake. The challenges range from stuff like finding rare trading cards, I can relate to that, to stealing the leaderboard to find out who's in the lead, complete with commentators too. Right you are, Jordan, but what comes next may shock you. Get it? Because the title of... Okay, never mind. Throughout these tasks, we see Sector V failing and not being able to keep up with everyone else, even to the point where number 1 lost confidence in himself. But here we get to see how much the rest of the team cares for him and helps make him have that confidence back, especially number 5, where we see how close their personal connection is. Not like number 3 and number 4's connection, as they are married when we see their interviews in the future. And can I just say, look at that bougie glow-up number 4 had. He really came out of his tough dark boy phase and is really in his cool older gentleman era. When all seems lost for the team though, back with 0 points, a certain item is added to the list that is worth the most amount of points. Father's pipe. This is that pipe. Equal parts the hardest challenge and also a secret ploy set up by Father to trick the others to come directly to him so he can just take all their scavenged items for himself. Sector W is already there as Father sits to take a nap. An evil nap, but quickly Sector V shows up to stop them from getting hurt. 363 has been dealing with his own personal issues resulting in his team and him having communication problems, as well as it only worsens throughout this episode. After repeated times of number 1 touching him, 363 fully becomes unhinged, and all of this commotion wakes Father up, and now he is coming after them, chasing them throughout all of the house. The battle gets heated. No, literally, Father turns